The world is approaching the era of money printing, as it was in 2021, when the previous cycle began. Because of this, everyone expects significant growth in the fourth quarter of this year. But wait, it's not that simple. Today I will tell you what happens when money starts to be printed, and whether the fourth quarter will really be what everyone expects it to be. I will also explain why you need to be prepared for unexpected surprises that can turn the situation upside down. So be sure to watch the video to the end and do not forget to pay for the ride at one like. Thank you so much for your support. Write in the comments about your mood for the end of this year. Write I am bullish if you are an optimist, or I am bearish if you are a pessimist. I want to understand the mood in the market. At the moment, everyone believes that the fourth quarter of this year will be very bullish for cryptocurrencies. They look at historical data and argue that the fourth quarter has always been the most bullish. However, later I will show you something that will surprise you. But first, let's go back a month ago when everyone said September would be bearish, because this table shows that September is historically the worst month for cryptocurrencies. I also thought so in late August and early September, when no one was talking about it. However, now this theory has become popular, and I am not surprised by the rise of Bitcoin at the end of September. The reality is that the cryptocurrency market is subject to manipulation. Following a crowd can be risky, because when everyone expects the same thing, manipulators act the other way around. That's why I prefer to be a counter-investor, doing the opposite of what the crowd is doing. It's not as easy as it seems. If everyone says that the fourth quarter will be very bullish, you need to be careful. The main reason why everyone is so set up for the fourth quarter is money printing in China. The United States, it seems, will also start printing money soon. But what does it really mean? Let me explain simply. Risky markets, such as stocks and cryptocurrencies, need money to grow. The more money there is in the world, the more of it will end up in risky assets, which, in turn, will raise prices. So when China and the US print money, it is a bullish signal for assets like Bitcoin. But there is an important nuance that many do not talk about, and I will share it with you soon. Let's first look at why China is printing money. They are currently in an economic downturn, a slowdown in GDP growth, and a crisis in real estate. Therefore, they are lowering rates and pouring about $142 billion into the economy. Some of this money is likely to end up in risky markets. By the way, I made a more detailed video on this topic. I'll leave a link in the description. If you haven't seen it, be sure to watch it. It's not just China that prints money. The US will start soon too. But for some reason, many people misunderstand how money printing works. It doesn't happen instantly. For example, thousands of dollars in yuan do not appear on cryptocurrencies instantly. In fact, this is a slow process. It can take a long time from the announcement of incentive plans to the widespread distribution of new money. Bitcoin will feel it first, and then altcoins. Although the news from China is positive for risky markets, in my opinion, we will not feel the full force of this new money until 2025. This may spur the market, but only because investors will gain positions in anticipation of the arrival of this fresh money in the markets. So the next time someone says the fourth quarter is going to be bullish because of money printing in China, explain how it works. Another important aspect is the money supply, namely the global M2 money supply, which has been growing sharply in the last 6 months. This means that new money is already flowing into some risky markets, as can be seen from the way the S&P 500 index continues to update historical peaks, as does gold. However, the situation with cryptocurrency is different. New money does not arrive in the same volume as in stocks or gold. Bitcoin is lagging behind, and this can be seen on the charts. There is a good reason why retail investors are not investing in Bitcoin yet. Many have already heard about this, but I will share a unique point of view. So it's important that you listen to me to the end. The reason cryptocurrencies are lagging behind other markets is that retail investors have not yet arrived. The number of views of cryptocurrency calculators confirms this, as well as data on new subscribers on YouTube. It was all crazy in 2021, but we don't see anything like it now. As Alex Becker notes, the volume of Bitcoin search queries is also at a low level, indicating a lack of interest from retail investors. Therefore, even if all this printed money somehow gets to retail investors overnight, the question is whether they will want to buy cryptocurrency. The answer is probably yes, but not immediately. Retail investors are really absent for now, but they will return, and when they do, we all know what will happen next. Many argue that retail investors won't come back because they don't have the money. I often hear this from respected analysts. Of course, I'm not as smart as they are, but I'll try to figure it out. First, inflation in the United States and other countries is declining, which means that people will have more money to spend. Secondly, the unemployment rate is falling, which also suggests that people have more money. And thirdly, the square meter money supply continues to grow. Let's talk about household debt. I see many people saying that household debts have reached record levels and that this prevents people from investing in risky assets. However, as the graph shows, household debt in the United States was at a historic high in 2021, and then we had the most bullish market. So please don't tell me that record debts are preventing people from investing in risky assets. People always find a way. But it all depends on whether the US Federal Reserve has made a soft landing and avoided a recession. A soft landing is when the economy slows down to contain inflation, but does not plunge into recession. If the Fed manages to do this, it will be the first time since 1980. If that happens, people will have money. The data shows that money is not a problem right now. The problem is whether people are willing to invest. Do they believe that cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin are scams? Let me tell you how investments work, although it's not exactly a secret. This is the theory of reflexivity by legendary investor George Soros. Reflexivity is the concept of a self-fulfilling prophecy when an asset grows and more people invest in it. The more the cryptocurrency grows, the more retail investors begin to invest, and so on. But to start this cycle, a spark is needed, an initial increase in the number of brave investors so that prices start to rise and attract new participants. So, where will this spark come from? I'm glad you asked. It will start with payments on FTX debts. FTX was one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges that went bankrupt in 2020 due to a variety of frauds. Many of the victims of this incident will be able to invest their money in altcoins again. These are billions of dollars that can enter the market. Some may ask the question, how will people affected by FTX invest in the crypto again when they get their money back? You don't understand the mentality of cryptocurrency speculators. They will always invest their money in the hope of multiple profits. Although some will leave, many will return. I think this will be the trigger for the start of altcoin growth. This will be the spark that will trigger the reflexive cycle we are discussing, and not stimulation from China or the United States. It is this process that can lead to the fact that the prices of cryptocurrencies will start to rise again, and this will help new retail investors to start investing. When the market starts to grow, it will attract even more people, and it will snowball. So keep this in mind when you hear someone say that there is no new money for growth. I don't believe retail investors won't come again. I think that in 2024 we will see growth, and each of us will be able to lock in our profits. But at the same time, be careful. I don't want you to forget about the risks. I know it was promising, but in fact, things can change dramatically. So keep your eyes open, even if I predict a bull market. In fact, we are already seeing this in Bitcoin's behavior. While it is moving mostly sideways, volatility is very low, and if you look at Bitcoin's volatility this month, it was the lowest since 2020. In fact, this means that we will see a major movement soon. The only question is where it will go. Be prepared for unexpected surprises. That concludes it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know how you feel about the current situation in the cryptocurrency market in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss new videos. Thanks for watching. On our Telegram channel, you will find the main news and overview of the crypto markets. We regularly monitor coins that can give big excess. Welcome. See you soon, friends.